Hello and welcome to EDP 494 for winter term. I am Dr. Sarah Watt, and I'm going to spend just a couple minutes here welcoming you to our course, introducing you to the course content, and just some of the objectives that you'll need to know to be successful in this course. This video should be just a short introduction, but very helpful so that you're able to follow along with assignments and readings as we go through. This course is really an introduction to assessment in special education, but also across all fields within education. We're going to talk about how to make database decisions that guide our instruction and how we teach, as well as looking at specific measurements, curriculum-based measurements, which are used more often in special education and within the RTI system in schools today. We refer to those as CBMs, so if you hear CBM throughout any of the lecture series or the readings, we're talking about curriculum-based measurements. We're also going to look at interpreting and reading through some evaluation team reports. We hear a lot about ETRs in special education and using them to both qualify students for special education, but also for their 3-year review process. So we'll have a chance to look at some real ETRs that were used in a local district. In addition, your final project for this course is going to be to create an IEP based on that ETR data. And so looking at how can we take assessment scores and create functional goals and objectives for students. This course is going to be set up in modules. The first 2 days of the course are really an introduction period for you to get used to using the NECA site, getting familiar with the content that's in there and the format that's on there. Starting on Monday, we will have the beginning of our 5 modules. Modules are 3 days. Within that 3-day, we try to really focus on one topic. There tends to be a course video, a reading, and some type of assignment that is due within that 3-day period. And then you'll have the last couple of days, of course, will be a wrap-up period for you to finish your IEP project, for you to be able to have a chance to blog with your peers or email me about questions you may have with your final project. Participation is huge within an online course. Your course blog, which is actually using WordPress, is a way for you to just really think deeper and communicate with other peers who are not just in special education. We have students in early childhood, we have students from music education and some other backgrounds, just to really challenge each other on the way that you're thinking and what you're learning. Each group, you'll see in your syllabus, you've been assigned to a group. It's a group of 3 or 2 students. You are going to be the moderators for the blog for the module that you're assigned to. So the moderator's job will be to post questions regarding the coursework, to challenge the thinking of what you read or what you've learned to your peers. So each moderator will pose a question or comment on the blog. Then each student, so every other student in the class, will be required then to respond to the blog at least one time by the 2nd day of the module. So the first day, the moderator will post their question, comment. The 2nd day, you'll respond to their comments. Then that 3rd day, the moderating group will then need to go in and respond to the comments made by peers. And something more than, oh, great job, I agree with you. Maybe a sentence or two that really shows some reflection in what they've said. So moderators, those who are in charge of the moderating, will be blogging on day 1 and day 3, and everyone else will be blogging on day 2 of the module. Just an overview quickly of your assignments. The first assignment is a course scavenger hunt. This is listed under course intro on the side of your NECA site, which I'll show you in a second. This is just a quick 10 questions that's going to get you looking through the content on NECA, looking for what group you're in, when assignments are due, those kind of things. It helps to, I think, ease you into the course a little bit, especially if you're not used to taking online courses. But it also prevents you having to email so many different times about different things prior to having kind of looked at the syllabus. Your other assignment that's going to be kind of in that first couple days is a progress check. You're going to be reading through a chapter in a book that was actually written by one of the faculty members in EDP on assessment, who he is an expert in that area. And typically I don't have students do the progress check questions that are in a textbook, but this is really a rich chapter that's full of some really important information, and this is a way for me to see that you're understanding that information that's being read. Your third assignment will be a case study response. You'll read a case study on a student to determine whether or not they were mislabeled for special education. You'll have to make that decision. This case study response should be about 1 page. Then you have your CBM project. And again, this is something you can read about more in detail in the syllabus. Really, you're going to be administering CBMs to one student. This can be your own child if they're of the K through 8 grade level. This can be a cousin, a family member. This can be your neighbor who lives down the street. It does not have to be where you go into the school setting, but it can be. You're going to administer a certain amount of CBMs to them and create a progress report on the information that you were able to determine based on that assessment data. Again, there's more information on the syllabus about that particular project, as well as there'll be a course video that week that will give you a little more insight into what we need for that assignment. Your final project then, I sort of mentioned already, you're going to be creating an IEP based on ETR information. The ETR will be uploaded with the names obviously blocked out, and you'll try to fill in as much of an IEP as you can using the Ohio template that will be on NECA as well. It's just really important that you look over the syllabus, you read those assignments, you know when the due dates are. They're very clearly laid out for you, but this is a very fast-paced course, and so it's really important that you're emailing me in advance with questions. If you wait till the end, it just really doesn't give us enough time to clarify any misunderstandings or misconceptions you may have with the material. That being said, I want to walk you quickly through our NECA site just so you can see what it looks like. It was published, so you should all have access to it, but if you have trouble, let me know. If you look over here on the side, here are the modules that we break down in our course introduction. So when you click on it, you will see any assignments you have. The modules have a little more detail. They'll have the reading or a little synopsis of what you're going to be doing for the module. Any readings or assignments or reminders that I've kind of put in there, as well as your course videos are embedded in those as well. So really the modules are where you're going to spend most of your time. Assignments are due to assignment 2. You just drop them in there. They should all be in there for you to put in. Your syllabus is this first tab here. It's got a copy of a course calendar you can print out. That always helps me. I'm a little bit more of a visual person, as well as your detailed syllabus is that second tab there. All the due dates are bolded so you can see when your projects are due. I tried to spread them out a little bit so that when you have some of these larger projects, you have more time during the week to work on them. I will say this course is probably not as time intensive as other courses you've had, but given the short time period, I really recommend that you put aside at least 2 hours a day that you can really devote to reading the material, blogging, finishing course assignments. Now, this is going to vary based on the kind of learner that you are and how you go about things, but I think to be successful, you should really plan on having that amount of time set aside for you to complete the course material. That is it for our course introduction. There'll be further videos to come with more course content embedded in them. Have a good day.